Now let's see how we did. So I'm going to define a set of strategies. The clueless strategy, we expect to do the worst. Strategies that try to solve the problem in 4 chunks, in 3 chunks, in 2 chunks, and to solve it all in 1 win. And then the max win strategy. Now, we play a tournament with these strategies, and here's the results we get back. So you can see the clueless strategy does very poorly, only wins 23 games out of 500. The max win strategy does the best of all, wins 325. But there's some competitors that are pretty close. So hold at 20 wins 314. Not that much worse off than the optimal strategy. And that holds up if we play a tournament with more games just to get a little bit more accuracy. You wouldn't be able to hit the run button and do this because it would time out. But if you bring it into your own development environment, you can do that. And here we see max wins gets 13,100 wins, and hold at 20 is 12,900. So only a couple percent better for max wins over hold at 20. But still, it's nice to know that no strategy can do better. And it turns out that if we increase the goal and made a longer game than just playing to 40 points, that the advantage for max wins over any of these other strategies would only increase. Now, in the betting game, we had different utility functions. We tried out the linear utility, and we tried out the logarithmic utility. What about here? Well, we defined our utility as a probability of winning, and the way the game's defined, that's really the only sensible one. If you're trying to win the game, you should maximize the probability of winning. But maybe your only goal isn't just to maximize the probability of winning. So maybe you're in a big pig tournament, and you're seated at the pig table, rolling the dice, and in the stands are lots of spectators watching the game with excitement. And you know that somewhere in the stands there's a scout from the NPA, the National Pig Association. And what you want to do is not just win the game, because lots of people are going to win the games, but you really want to get the attention of that NPA scout so that you can move on and have a professional career. So maybe what your utility function would not just be to win the game. Maybe your utility would be to maximize the differential, to say, if I just won the game by a couple points, nobody's going to notice. But if I won by a lot, if I really clobbered my opponent, then maybe this guy would take notice, and that would be worth more to me. So you'd give up on the goal of just winning and try to go for the maximizing your differential.